Hello friends, in this video we will be solving one numerical based on properties of Fourier series. Let us begin. Question says, find Fourier series coefficient for the following. Now as you can see, they have provided us a triangular wave. In fact, so far whatever sums that we have solved, we were looking for a square wave. Is it really possible to transform this triangular wave into square wave? And answer is yes, it is possible, because you should know that after taking derivative of triangular wave, it becomes a square wave. That is, in electronics we have a differentiator circuit which differentiates input, to which if you apply input as a triangular wave, you get output as a square wave, right? Then by using a time differentiation property of Fourier series, we can get very easily Fourier series coefficients for this f of t. But then how a triangular wave gets converted into a square wave after taking a derivative, let us understand it. Basically, a triangular wave is made up of ramps, am I right? Ramps means lines. Lines which goes up has a positive slope, line which goes down have negative slope, am I right? In general, every straight line is nothing but y equal to mx plus c, where m stands for slope. Suppose if you take a derivative of this line, then dy by dx it simply is equal to m. So as you can see, when you take a derivative of a line, you get a constant. And when I say a constant, it is in terms of steps. So before we proceed with derivative of this f of t and convert this f of t triangular wave into square wave, we first of all need to see what is the value of m, and what m stands for. Of course, it is slope. So we are going to follow a very standard procedure. We are going to look after two extreme points, and we know that slope m is always change in y upon change in x. So let us see what are xy coordinates over here. So on x you have t by 2, and on y you have minus a. Whereas for this you have x1 value equal to 0 and y value equal to a. Am I right? So since we are traveling in this direction, I'm going to call these coordinates as x2, y2, and I'm going to call these coordinates as x1, y1, and just substitute in this m formula, that is a slopes formula, and you will get the value of slope. So here m is equal to y2 minus y1. Y2 is minus a minus y1, and y1 is a. X2 minus x1. X2 is t by 2, and value of x1 is 0. So value of m is simply minus 2a upon t by 2. Or I can write this as minus 4a by t. So value of slope is minus 4a by t. So when I'm particularly talking about this line, I was knowing in advance, since this line is going down, definitely it will have a negative slope. So let us write slope as minus 4a by t. Then if this slope is minus 4a by t, then for rising line, definitely it will have a positive slope, which is 4a by t. Is that right? Now let us take a derivative and let us get a square wave out of it, because we are quite comfortable to get Fourier series coefficients for square wave directly. So we have this f of t. So what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to take a derivative of f of t. So we know what is the slope for this. It is minus 4a by t. So as you can see, from the duration from 0 to t by 2, we have slope value as minus 4a by t. And we know that after taking a derivative, we get only slope, that is a constant value of minus 4a by t. from 0 to t by 2, I'll get a magnitude which is constant of minus 4a by t. And then from t by 2 to t, again we have a growing line with definitely a same slope, which is positive 4a by t. Then after taking derivative between t by 2 to t, I'll get constant value of 4a by t. So this value is 4a by t. Am I right? And of course, since a given triangular wave is a periodic in nature, definitely this is also a periodic in nature, that is a derivative term. So this will continue even at negative side also. So from minus t by 2 to 0, you can observe this slope is positive, having value as 4a by t. Then derivative of this is 4a by t itself. And same thing will continue. So we got this kind of a square wave. So if I call the given signal as f of t, I would say after taking derivative, that is d by dt of f of t, I'll call this signal as f dash of t. So this is f dash of t. So if we believe that for f of t, let's say the Fourier series coefficient is ck, then for f dash of t, we know that Fourier series coefficient, let us call that Fourier series coefficient as pk by using a property of differentiation in time domain. It is simply j omega k or j omega naught k times ck. Is that right? So don't forget, we have to calculate ck at the end, but pk, that is nothing but Fourier series coefficient for f dash of t is j omega naught k times ck. Now here I have drawn one more signal, that is x of t. Let me remind you, this was a standard x of t signal, which was nothing but the odd signal. And if you remember, I told you to remember this figure as figure 2, because for which we know the values of ck as well as bk also. So let me remind you, the value of ck that we get for this odd signal is minus j 2a upon k pi, and strictly k being odd. Is that right? Now to avoid the confusion, I'll replace this ck with some other letter, let us say dk. So we know that we were comfortable with a square wave. Therefore, what we did is we took a time differentiation of triangular wave and we got a square wave. And this is figure 2, which I'm talking about, is a standard square wave for which we have predefined coefficient, which is minus j 2a upon k pi, where k being odd. K has to be always odd, because we know that in such type of square wave, because of the half wave symmetry feature, we get all even harmonic component equal to 0. So please don't forget that. Now, let me get back to the square wave that we have obtained after taking time differentiation of the given triangular wave, and it is like this. So let me call this signal as f dash of t. Is that right? And if you remember, the maximum positive amplitude was 4a by t, and the minimum amplitude is minus 4a by t. Is that right? And for f dash of t, we believe that Fourier series coefficients are pk. Alright? So please don't get confused. Dk is Fourier series coefficient for standard figure 2, which is odd signal. Pk is Fourier series coefficient for f dash of t, which is a time differentiation of triangular wave, and ck is Fourier series coefficient for a triangular wave, which we want at the end. So please don't get confused. So now, as you can see, even this is the odd signal. This is also a square wave. It is quite comparable with this. But then there is one difference. And what is the difference? See carefully. The difference is that amplitude is not a or minus a, amplitude is 4a by t and minus 4a by t. So it's okay, there is no problem. We will replace with a with 4a by t and we will get value of pk directly. But there is one more difference that you shouldn't forget. Listen to me very carefully. For standard figure 2, when we have a positive amplitude a, we have negative amplitude over here. Similarly, for x of t, where we got negative amplitude of a, here we got positive amplitude over here. So it is like you have as good as multiplied figure number 2 with minus 1. Please remember, if you multiply a particular figure with minus 1, positive amplitude becomes negative and negative amplitude becomes positive. So the only way to get this signal from figure 2 is to multiply the signal with minus 1. But let me tell you very clearly, if you multiply the signal with minus 1, obviously its Fourier series coefficient also gets multiplied with minus 1. I hope you are getting my point. I repeat what I said. What we had is figure 2 and its ready-made coefficients, that is Fourier series coefficient. But what we want to get coefficient for this figure. The similarity is that both of them are odd signal and both of them are square wave. The only difference is that the amplitude is not a or minus a, amplitude is 4a by t and minus 4a by t. Secondly, wherever we have positive amplitude for standard figure, we have negative amplitude here, and for negative amplitude in standard square wave, we have positive amplitude in this case. So what we need to do is, we need to only multiply the standard figure 2 by minus 1. But if you multiply a standard figure 2 with minus 1, its respective Fourier series coefficient also gets multiplied with minus 1. I hope my point is clear. So what we will ultimately do is, I can write now my pk as, by replacing a with minus 4a by t in dk. Is that right? So my idea was to get the value of pk from dk just by replacing amplitude a with minus 4a by t. So I'm sure you must have at least figured it out why I'm replacing a with 4a by t, because we don't have amplitudes as a or minus a, we have amplitudes as 4a by t and minus 4a by t. And this negative sign says all that we are multiplying coefficient with negative sign. So value of pk is equal to, so in dk we are replacing a with minus 4a by t, therefore it becomes minus j to a is replaced with minus 4a by t, so it becomes k pi t over here. This negative negative will cancel each other. Finally pk is j times 8a upon k pi t. So I'll call this as equation number 2, which shows value of pk, which is j times 8a upon k pi t, where k being odd. Let me compare with 1 and 2. Equation 1 says pk value is j omega naught k times ck, and equation 2 says pk is equal to j times 8a upon k pi t. So from equation 1 and equation 2, I see that left hand side is same, so I can equate right hand side. So from equation 1 and 2, by equating right hand sides of both, I can rewrite this as j omega naught times k ck is equal to j 8a upon k pi t. Here I am going to again mention k being only odd. Further, I can see that j and j gets cancelled over here. Rest omega naught k being constant, I can transfer it to the right hand side. Now it becomes 8a upon omega naught k times k pi t. equal to 8a upon omega naught can be written as 2 pi by t. Am I right? Then what we have over here is k square. Then we have pi square, or I'll just write pi over here, times t. This t has to be a capital one. So this t and t gets cancelled. Am I right? And finally, I can write value of ck is equal to 2 ones are 2, 2 fours are 8 over here. So it becomes 4a upon pi square k square t. Is that right? Where we should say that k being only odd. Since this t got cancelled, we can remove this t. And finally, ck is 4a upon k square pi square. So from here, now I can get values of ck for every value of k. In fact, we have to calculate only for odd values of k. So let me substitute k equal to 1. So I'll get c1 as 4a upon pi square. Let me tell you, since in the denominator we have got k square, then irrespective whether you substitute k equal to 1 or k equal to minus 1, you're supposed to get same value. So even for k equal to minus 1, I'll be getting c minus 1 as same, that is 4a upon pi square. Then for k equal to 2, obviously c2 component will be 0. Needless to tell you, c minus 2 will be also equal to 0, because this is from the property that even harmonics are always equal to 0. For k equal to 3, I'll get c3 value as 4a upon 9 pi square. Even for k equal to minus 3, you're supposed to get same value, that is c minus 3 equal to 4a upon 9 pi square. Finally, let me write ck value. So generally we start from k equal to 0, but still c naught is not known to me, so I'll keep that as empty space, but I can definitely write the value of c1. So value of c1 is 4a upon pi square. Value of c2 was 0. Value of c3 is 4a upon 9 pi square. Then, as I said, I'll keep this as empty. So here I can write it for ck at k equal to minus 1, which is same as c1, 4a upon pi square. Then we have 0 here, that is c minus 2 value, and c minus 3 value is 4a upon 9 pi square. Of course, we can calculate more negative values of k, that is ck at more negative values of k and ck at more positive value of k. So this is like never ending. Now only what is left is ck value at k equal to 0. You know that it is nothing but a DC value. So let's get back to the question and we'll try to figure out whether we can see what is value of c naught or whether we can guess value of c naught just by an observation. So please don't forget, Fourier series coefficient for f of t is ck. Am I right? Now, as you can see, value of c naught is nothing but average value. Am I right? So if you see, a positive content and negative content is same. So area under the curve for a complete cycle is 0. It means definitely DC content equal to 0. So straight away you can write by observation C naught equal to 0. I hope you got my point. Whenever we have same positive content and same negative content, then area under the curve is always equal to 0. And after all, your C naught is nothing but area under the curve for a complete cycle divided by the time period. Am I right? If you remember, it is 1 by t integrating over a time x of t dt. This was the formula for C naught. So this is like getting area under the curve for x of t for a complete cycle, which is 0. Then definitely C naught value will be equal to 0. So I can substitute 0 over here. Am I right? Now you have to observe this ck. Of course the sum is over, but let us discuss few points which will clear your points. So just by observation, I'm claiming that you have got symmetry like this, you have symmetry over here also, and you have symmetry here also. So I can comment for ck is that it is real. Yes, because every ck value or every Fourier series coefficient value you will see there is absence of j, definitely each and every element is real. So ck is real as well as it is even. So we will think vice versa. If the Fourier series coefficients are real and even, definitely the given signal f of t must be also real as well as even. Let us check the given f of t, that is a triangular signal, whether it was real as well as even. So as you can see, of course it is real because maximum amplitude plus a, minimum amplitude minus a. So definitely the given signal is a real signal because there is absence of j in magnitude of the signal. And secondly, as I said, that most of the signals or all the signals that we study in signals and system are real signals. So it is a real signal as well as it is even signal. By observation you can see the right content and left content is always same. So even if you do time reversal for this, that is f of minus t, you'll get f of t only. So definitely this is even, and of course it is real. So we have studied this property. If f of t signal is real as well as even, then its Fourier series coefficients are always real as well as even. If the given signal is real and odd, then its Fourier series coefficients were imaginary and odd. So please don't forget that. If you remember the properties of this Fourier series, most of the time you save your time. Thank you.